Are you thinking whether or not to quit your job right now because of mental health challenges? Watch this video. I'm going to share with you 3 things to look into for you to make a better decision. If you have watched the Olympics recently, you would have noticed a spotlight being shown on mental health through a young, talented gymnast from the USA named Simone Biles. Simone has to quit and withdraw from most of the events in the gymnastics category, citing mental health challenges. Not too long ago, Naomi Osaka, highly talented tennis player, also withdrew from the French Open, one of the majors, because she wasn't in the right frame of mind. Not only professional athletes need to have very fit body, very able and agile physique, but also they need to have very strong and stable mental health. As employees, as managers, and as leaders of the workplaces, it is utmost important for you to understand and be aware of your own mental health, plus also the condition and mental health of your teammates or subordinates, because mental health can really jeopardize a person's work performance. Here are 3 things to look into to decide whether it is time to quit to take care of your own mental health or not. Number 1, you have spoken up, but nothing has changed in the workplace. Please take ownership of your own situation. You can complain about your boss, you can complain about the company's toxic environment and whatever else, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own destiny. If you have been feeling overwhelmed for the last few months, don't keep silent. Don't only tell your friend. Bring it up to your immediate superior. Ask for a one-to-one meeting. Tell your boss what you are going through, what you are experiencing, how are you feeling most of the time, how anxious, worried, and frustrated you have been. Hopefully, they can do something for you. But first and foremost, you need to be proactive and take ownership. Every single company's leaders, if they are still passionate about their job and their employer, would want the best performing staff. Have you brought it up to your immediate superior already and things haven't really changed? If that's the case, maybe it's time to call it quits. Number 2, look out for chronic stress. We need stress to perform. We need stress to be at our best and playing our best game. However, when healthy stress turns into unhealthy stress, also known as chronic stress, then it is trouble. If there is a prolonged environment where you are operating with chronic stress, then it's actually very detrimental, not only for your mental health but also for your physical health. Here are a few things to look out for in terms of physical health to check whether you are experiencing chronic stress or not. Number 1, difficulty at focusing. You used to be very efficient. You used to be able to complete a simple task within 20 to 30 minutes. Now, you are not moving. You are struggling. You are procrastinating. You need 3 days to complete that same simple task. Another thing to look out for is decline in our working memory. You used to remember all the details about your project and your clients, but now when your subordinate asks you, what's the information about client C or D, you can hardly recall. Thirdly, fatigue. People who are experiencing chronic stress feel tired all the time. Even though you have slept for 8 hours last night, you still feel tired at 11 a.m. You want to take a nap at 2:30 p.m. You can't go on because you feel exhausted. These are the few things that you can look out for to check whether you are experiencing chronic stress or not. If you are, then really think hard whether you want to continue working in this kind of environment. Third thing, you drag going to work. I remember about 10 years ago when I was in a highly stressful job, I dragged the Mondays. At 4 p.m. plus on Sundays, I would be very moody, very irritated, very emotional because I'm really worried about tomorrow. Slowly but surely, I even dragged the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays every single working day. Are you experiencing the same? Do you drag going to work or logging in to work? If yes, time to think about it. It will be very challenging if you don't have a plan B or you don't have another job on hand already. It will be very challenging for you to look for a job at these circumstances, especially if you are a middle or senior management level. But if you don't take action, if you don't take ownership of your own situation, the only person to be blamed is actually yourself. 3 things to look out for. Number 1, you have brought it up to the management, but nothing has changed. Number 2, you are experiencing or observing symptoms of chronic stress. Number 3, you drag going to work. If you have all these symptoms, then very likely it is time to call it quits.